Hello and welcome to my first long form YouTube video about books. Usually I post book reviews and book recommendations on Instagram in a reel format. However, that was not really working out for me because when it comes to reels, 90 seconds to talk about a book, or if you want to talk about multiple books, you're not doing it justice, is what I feel. You can't compress a story of a book, talk about it, review it in 90 seconds, give a detailed analysis. That's why I thought of shifting to YouTube. What I want to do is, I want to read all of these books before the year ends, and I'm going to post detailed reviews about each of them here on YouTube. And that's how I'm going to start. However, I bought all of these books at the same time. It's not like some of them are in my shopping list or anything. They are all here with me. So basically this video is about my expectations from each of these books because I've got them all at the same time. A little bit like a haul, you can say it's a haul. I'm going to show you all the books that I have bought and I'm going to give my rating, my expectations. Am I looking forward to reading it or not? Am I excited or not? And then when I make a review, a long form review here again on YouTube, after I have read the book, I will tell you whether I enjoyed it or not and whether my expectations were met or not. So bear with me, this is going to be a long journey. So 2 of these books that I'm holding in my hand right now, I bought them from Amazon, and the rest of the 9 I think, I bought them from an event called Lock the Box, where they give you, I'll just show you quickly, a box of a certain size. Alright, so this is the size that I went for. This was the basic 1000 rupee box. And in this box, you can fit as many books as you want. And then they close the lid. Right? The lid has to be completely closed. You can fill in how many books ever that you want. It's the concept. I find that very interesting. It gives secondhand books a home, which is nice. So I got a bunch of books from there, but 2 of them I got from Amazon. So let's look at the ones that I got from Amazon first. First is Juan Rulfo's Pedro Paramo. This book is my first brush with Latin American fiction. I have not read Latin American fiction before this. I do have 100 Years of Solitude somewhere on my bookshelf, but I have not gotten around to reading it yet. My bad. But this one I'm looking forward to read, especially because this was recommended to, not to me, but this was recommended by Read a Day Club. Read a Day Club is a page on YouTube, even on Instagram, run by 2 sisters. So they said that this is probably one of their favorite books, or one of the best books that they have read this year. And if someone is saying that, like, all throughout the year they're reading a lot and this is the contender for best book of the year, then I'm going to buy it. I'm going to see what this is all about if you're recommending it with so much passion. The snippets from this book that they shared on their Instagram, and I don't think if they shared it on YouTube, but for sure on Instagram, that was something that really intrigued me to buy this book. This is just me reading the blurb. That he is going to find his father over there, if he's dead or alive or what has happened to him. But the town is basically like, it comes alive with mystery, intrigue, hallucinations, comes alive with ghosts and spirits. Obviously, it's magic realism. What do you expect? So it's his journey to finding his father. It's his journey to see what has happened. And I think it's a very interesting premise. And if someone is saying that this little book is something that is a contender for book of the year, then I am pretty sure that the story is going to be really potent. I'm excited to read this. That's the first book that I got. Second is Sally Rooney's Intermezzo. Oh my god, everyone is reading this book. And to say that I was not influenced to buy this book, I would be lying. I was 100% influenced to buy Sally Rooney's Intermezzo. And I will tell you why. Because I have read Conversations with Friends, I have read Normal People, and I have read Beautiful World, Where Are You? I think those are all the books that she has ever released. So I have read all her work. The one that I enjoyed the most has to be Conversations with Friends. Beautiful World, Where Are You? I don't even remember the story, to be honest. It was just a bunch of writing. Made me feel good when I read it at the time. I remember giving it 5 stars, but it's just not a story that stayed with me. However, this, I'm not yet sure. Like, I'm 100 pages in. I don't know. I'm not able to formulate an opinion on this book yet. This book is literally, everyone's talking about it right now. Everyone's book of the month, book club read of the month is this book. And it just goes to show that right now, if young people are reading something, or if young people are following a certain author, like, how much power do young readers have right now? Me, however, I am 50-50 on her work. Everyone's favorite Normal People, I did not enjoy it. I'm not trying to be edgy just for fun or just to be edgy, that, oh, I don't like Normal People. No, not at all. I found it very boring. It was very emotional, it was very, like, but it was boring. So I have high hopes from this one. Do say that this is her redemption book, or like this is her best work yet. We will see. Next, now we are going to the box. Look at that. These are all the books that I got. The first book that is in this box is Macbeth by Willie Shakespeare. I have not read any of Shakespeare's plays. I think I've read The Tempest, but apart from The Tempest, which I have read in its original format, which is just bizarre because I don't comprehend the language, I have not read anything else. So this is the second, but this is the abridged version of the play. That's why I am looking forward to reading Macbeth in this format. Because when I read The Tempest, I was scratching my brain a lot. I did not know what was going on. I did enjoy the language. I did enjoy the, the back and forth between a bunch of the characters. But this one, since it's the abridged version, I'm looking forward to reading it. There's nothing much I can say about Shakespeare's plays, really. I think you just have to read them once in your life, someday, sometime. But you can tell me more about which one I should read next based on my trajectory of Tempest, Macbeth. Is there a certain order in which you should read Shakespeare plays? Let me know. Next, we have, this is another book that I picked up. I do not know what this is about, but it's called Autumn Light by Pico Iyer. I just liked the cover. Okay. I read the blurb, but I don't remember it. It's like an autobiographical fiction kind of a thing. He goes back to Japan and then he just gets in touch with the day-to-day, the mundane, and he has described all of those things in this novel, like the day-to-day in Japan, how, like, what all he sees around him, what all captures his eye, what all captures his imagination, and just basically, how he's experiencing that place. I think this is like a little slice of life kind of a novel, but with like a bunch of romance woven into it. So I'm curious to read it. I just looked at the cover, thought it was pretty. Also, it's a hardback, so that was another thing. But I do remember reading the blurb, which was interesting. So I'm going to give this one a read. I don't know, like, I am not expecting any incredible plot or characters coming out of this, you know what I mean? So it's just going to be one of those reads where you read to just feel something. Next, we have Swan Song by, it's called Swan Song, right? Yeah. Swan Song by Edmund Crispin. A Gervase Fenn mystery. I had no bloody idea what this book was going to be about. I just saw mystery, I picked it up. So here's a little, I want to say here's a little insight? No, here's a little introduction to how I select my books. What I do is, first I look at the cover, obviously. I've said it once and I'll say it again. We are a visual generation. We need some visual stimulation when we buy books. So I look at the cover, I make my decision. Is the cover okay? Is it speaking to me? I obviously read the title. Then I go back, I read the blurb. If the blurb itself catches my attention, I am sold, then I'll just pick up the book. If not, if the blurb is just a bunch of reviews, then I'll have to go inside and read the blurb. That's not something I appreciate. Anyway, if the blurb is not convincing, I read the first page of the first chapter naturally. If the first page doesn't hook me, I give myself till 5 pages. If a book is not hooking me in 5 pages, I'm leaving it, I'm not buying it. That's how I decide how to buy books. This one, I just looked at the cover, I saw it's a mystery and I picked it up. Apparently, after I read the blurb later when I got home, I saw that it's a locked-room mystery and the characters are really eccentric. There's opera involved. There is a bunch of murders, not just one, and it's a deep study into the characters as well. So I am really excited to read this because a murder mystery, a locked room mystery, you're saying there's 2 murders, what is going on? There's opera involved. Incredible. I'm really looking forward to this. It's Swan Song. Next, we have, there's a naked lady on here, but Milan Kundera's Laughable Loves. So, what is this book about? It's basically about desire. It's about the back and forth between men and women before they get into a relationship, the phases of attraction, and what if 2 people are attracted to each other but there is a mysterious third person? What is this mysterious force that exists between any 2 people that want to, let's just say, get together with each other? You know, let's just keep it classy, okay? So that's the whole plot, and I think there's a bunch of stories. I have not read anything by this author. I did own The Unbearable Lightness of Being, but I gave it to someone else as a present because I just thought that that person would enjoy it more without actually having read it, so that's on me. I'm not super excited, but I'm moderately excited, if that makes sense. Next, we have this one I'm really excited about. Jean Rhys, Wide Sargasso Sea. I don't know if you can see it. First of all, what captured my attention about this book was the name, Wide Sargasso Sea. What a beautiful name. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's a beautiful name. It's just, it puts me in like even this cover, this puts me in like a tropical landscape at the beach in front of the sea. I'm reminded of Seychelles. I don't know, I just imagine a life of luxury, a life of beauty and whatnot. That's what I imagine after I hear the title. And then when I read the blurb, the story is actually a little bit like that, and it's again like the previous book, a little bit about desire, a little bit about stifled desire and how it wants to come out, break free. Jean Rhys, this is also inspired, it says here, by Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre and is set in the lush, beguiling landscape of Jamaica in the 1830s. I'll be honest with you, I haven't bloody read anything from the 1830s, okay? So I don't even know, okay? Like, there's something about it. This book is that. There was something about it. Although now that I look inside, like the print is so friggin' tiny, so... Oh, look at what we have in here? There's little, since these are second-hand books, there's a bunch. Lonzo International, London. There's a little receipt here. Lonzo International. Okay, I'll remember that when I go to London. Next, we have The Diary of a Nobody by George and Whedon, that's a name. Grossmith. Just the name, the cover, and this word. Try as he might, he cannot avoid life's embarrassing mishaps in the bumbling, absurd, yet ultimately endearing figure. I'm sold. I'm ready to read something like this. And also, it has illustrations. Can you believe? Sometimes you do get interesting books at such events, you know. These are secondhand, but there's something in here too. Lotto, there's a lottery ticket and Euro Millions. No one's looking for the lottery ticket because I have it now in here in India, and this is definitely a Europe thing. Whose book is this? There's a name here, Christina. Christina, I have your book and your lottery ticket if you need it back. Or it's mine now. Next, we have Brighton Rock. I did not pick this up, I'll be honest. My friend picked it up, so I have to give it to her. However, I can just tell you what this is about. It's about someone who accidentally murders someone. Not Time and Punishment, sorry. The Stranger by Albert Camus. That's what it's reminding me of. But apparently it's about like the underworld of Brighton and how a person gets caught up in it after they accidentally murder someone. And that's the story. So I don't really know much. I did not pick it up. I don't know what drove my friend to pick this up. So we're gonna have to ask her, or you can just, you my friend, you can comment in the comment section. Next cover is this. Tea Time for the Traditionally Built. My bad. Traditionally Built. I have no idea what this book is about. Absolutely not. I haven't even read the blurb yet. Character. I don't know. It doesn't make sense either. Drinks tea in unfamiliar kitchens and learns to dig too deep, uncover the goodness of the human heart. What? I no idea. I just saw the cover and I bought it. Okay, so this is maybe on me if I'm not impressed by this book, because the character names themselves are very crazy. Like, I don't know where this book is set in. I have no idea about this book. Okay. But I am not too sure about it now that I read the blurb. So maybe this is one of those cases where the saying is actually true: don't judge a book by its cover. So maybe if I'm not impressed with this, I'll let you know. Out of these, I am looking, I think I'm gonna put these back as I talk about my final review. I am looking to be wowed, and I think I am going to be picking some favorites for the year from this big tier list that I have. This one is in my top 3. The Diary of a Nobody. I love funny shit, so this is also in my top 3. I don't know which position, but this is the Jean-Louis one. And again in my top 3 is this. I think this is number 1. I'm really hoping to give this one 5 stars. Oh, also, like, this is just from the box stack. I think in my top, let's make it 4 now. Or 5. I think these 2 could also be contenders. This one I'm not sure because I've already read 100 pages. I'm not like wooed or anything, but this one I have high hopes from. So I have a bunch of contenders and we'll see what happens. That's it for this video. This was a long haul. It was a long haul. I like it. So it was a long haul and now I am done with it. So I will see you in the next long form video where I'll be talking about Sally Rooney's Intermezzo, my thoughts and my overall review of this book. So please stay tuned for more videos on this channel. This one has been a really long one, I admit, but if you stay till the end, please comment genres in the comments if you stayed till the very end. But thank you for watching till here, and I will see you in the next video.